Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina, and it's that time. It's Sunday night, y'all, and it's time for that Sunday night live stream show. It is Sunday night, February 19th, and we are back live, ready to rock and roll for another Sunday night episode of that live stream show. We're going to give away free trips. We're going to talk about fishing, answer your questions, show you photos of what's been going on, talk about what's coming up, talk a little bit about the weather, and answer your questions live during the show. So, gonna be a great time, gonna be a great show, and I'm ready to kill it. Hopefully you guys are as well. Stephen Batchelor, appreciate those stars. Jim Evans, Todd Stutzman, Rolando Kirk, Sam Lang, Larry White, Nick Nieves with 2,500 stars. Stephen Batchelor, Lance Hall with 3,000 stars. Richard Blazak, Rich Slusher, appreciate you guys all so much. Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out. Also want to give a shout out to our friends over at Gator Jim's Tackle. If you haven't checked out Gator Jim's Tackle, this show was brought to you by our friends over at Gator Jim's Tackle. They are at 3301 Pinellas Point Drive South in St. Pete. Great people, killer selection, awesome job over there at Gator Gyms. If you haven't made it over, definitely stop by and see our friends at Gator Gyms Tackle. Also, if you tell them Hubbard's Marina sent you, you get a free gift, and it's a great opportunity to bring a young angler to Gator Gyms, see all their great deals, their killer selection, and if you mention Hubbard's Marina, the young angler with you gets a free gift. So make sure you stop on by, tell them you said hello from all of us at Hubbard's Marina, and you'll get something free gift-wise. So check it out. Also, make sure you check out the supporters group. Want to give a shout-out to all our supporters, along with those of you sending stars. That really makes it possible for us to do these shows. So super appreciative of all our supporters out there who make everything we do possible and kind of fuels our shows. The supporters group is $4.99 a month, and that's going to give you private access to our private supporters group. Really cool way to kind of connect more, get some behind-the-scenes stuff. And it's a great time. So check out the supporters group if you want to become a supporter tonight. It's right there at the top of our page. Nick Nieves with 3,000 total, caught up to Lance Hall there. Appreciate it, Nick. Ryan Kelly, Terry Feather, Philip Kavanaugh with 1,200 stars. Thanks, buddy. Nick with another 500 to bring it to 3,500, but Lance hit us with 1,200, so he's up to 42, so he's winning the star race tonight. Jason Richmond, Tegwin Stockdale, and Tim Dykes with 600. Appreciate you, Tim. So thank you all for tuning in, and again, thank you for all the stars, guys, and congrats to Lance Hall for being in the lead currently. If you guys want to win some free fishing trips, all you have to do is comment one time and watch the show live. You actually have to watch the entire show live in order to be eligible to win those free trips. If you're not watching live, you're going to miss your opportunity because remember, if you're picked as that lucky winner, you got 5 minutes or less to text us at the phone number on the screen your home address. So make sure you watch live. Make sure you comment once. Make sure you like the video stream for us. Don't forget to share it to your favorite fishing club. And don't forget to follow Hubbard's Marina on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, all that good stuff. And check us out on all the different social medias as well, of course, after the show. Don't forget to comment, and that's the biggest way that you get entered to win. With that, we've wrapped up kind of our intro stuff. Let's get right into some photos and show you guys what's going on now, what we're seeing out there, and what we're catching. So let's start off with the inshore photos, show you guys what we're catching inshore, what we're seeing around the area. Definitely some good action on the trout. We're seeing a lot of those speckled trout in the shallower grass flat area. A lot of trout around those cuts, those little potholes, those little drop-offs We're seeing a lot of trout action in the back bay. Good time of year for the trout as the water is chillier. As it warms up, those trout can get a little bit more sporadic and spread out. Snook action's going well in the back bay, especially this week. The snook action should pick up even more as the water warms up. We got a nice long warm-up ahead this week, and that long warm-up should make those fish more active, bring those snook out of the back bay, and really start making them feed more actively too. The Jack Crevalle, real active in the morning and afternoons. We're seeing a lot of those Jack Crevalle, especially early morning, later afternoon, around the back bays, but you see them in the residential canals, cruising the grass flats, mangrove shorelines, a lot of different areas. The sheep's head bite is just absolutely great right now. We're seeing sheep's head around virtually any dock, pier, bridge, jetty, seawall, rock piles. The sheep's head are thick. The redfish action mostly around those canals, dock lines, but we're seeing a lot of the big redfish cruising with some mullet, hanging out on the grass flats, the oyster beds. Good areas to look for those redfish is mostly residential canals. That dark bay mud is radiating that heat and holding some crustaceans and got those redfish feeding well. This is a snook from the back bay, upper bay, mouth of a creek, river, bayou. That dark color clearly denotes that it's tucked way back in the bay. And this week, as things warm up, we have a nice warming trend ahead, and that should push some of those really dark kind of river, creek bound, bayou bound snook back out into the bay a little bit more. Like I said, Jack Crevalle, super active, snook all around the mangrove shorelines, some of those residential canals, some of those grass flats, sheep's head, bridges fired up with the sheep's head. Our good buddy Dave Osterberg caught himself a nice big old trout, or a nice big bass, on Lake Tarpon. We're so proud of our little buddy Dave and his big old bass. This was an 8.11 pound bass I think he caught on a whopper plopper lure on a charter in Lake Tarpon. So pretty awesome, big bass. And this is the time of year for the bass that you see some real big ones. They're bedding down right now on those edges of the lake. One of our supporters and Regulars Club members, Jeff Reedy, got himself a nice big one. I believe Jeff's was around 6 pounds, which is a solid keeper bass, solid big bass keeper. Most people release their bass, especially this time of year. I know Dave released his. I believe Jeff released his as well because they are spawning fish this time of year. But got some nice bass going around, so pretty cool. The snook action, this is our buddy John Sasser, the vampire of John's Pass and other areas. Fishes almost every early morning around local passes and still catching the snook in the passes, which is impressive, especially with the cooler water. But this week, it's going to warm up quite a bit, and I bet that pushes those snook back into the passes a little bit more actively. Trout around dock lights, bridge lights. Our good buddy Dan the Fishman, who is launching a kayak charter here very soon, is tearing up the sheep's head. Our good buddy John Sasser with some nice big trout again. It's been a good overall inshore bite. We're seeing a lot of that trout action. The sheep's head is absolutely insane right now, and we're just really enjoying some great fishing all the way around the area. Want to stop and give a shout out to some of the stars coming in right now. D Beers with 1,000 stars. Thank you so much. Nick Nieves trying to keep up with Lance Hall with the big 1,230. Appreciate you. And then Lance just topped it out with 3,000 stars. So he took the lead again from Nick. Don Voigt with 50 stars. Appreciate you, buddy. But then Christina Hall, Lance's better half, came in and just absolutely crushed it with 10,000 stars. So she is officially taking the lead in the stars race tonight. Appreciate you, Christina. Hopefully you're doing well. And I can't believe Lance Hall went fishing without you and caught a keeper hogfish when he left you at home with the kids. Man. But I heard that he brought it home and you guys had some coconut crusted hogfish. So maybe he redeemed himself. So appreciate you guys. Let's see. Let's get into the near shore photos and talk a little bit about what we're seeing near shore. Speaking of hogfish bite has been absolutely really, really good. Inshore, it's all about the sheep's head. Near shore, it's all about them hogfish. Hogfish bites going really well. 5-hour half day, 10-hour all day. Mostly on the 10-hour all day, but we're catching quite a few on the 5-hour half day too. We're seeing some of these keeper red grouper. This one was on the 5-hour half day, so definitely seeing some keeper grouper on the 10-hour all day as well. Nice big red drum here on the Hub, a private fishing charter. They ran into a school of big red drum that were heading out there to spawn near shore. We got our first mate extraordinaire skipper with a keeper size gag grouper, but unfortunately out of season, had to go back in the water. And then our Captain James showing off a big old gag grouper that unfortunately had to be tossed back in because of the not only the size being super small, but he also had a tagged fish. But FWC's been going out with us quite a bit and tagging quite a few of those fish. So hopefully we'll see some more of those tags come in. I don't see the Roadcaster, Josh, on Bluetooth. Trying to Bluetooth in. Captain Mike's on the phone. We're trying to get him connected here in just a minute. We'll see if we can't get this Bluetooth connected in just a minute. And then we'll talk to Captain Mike. But as we wait for that to work itself out, we'll go through the rest of these photos. Here is the man himself, Lance Hall, with that hogfish we were talking about that he caught without his better half, Christina. So nice hogfish, Lance. There's another nice hogfish from a recent 5-hour half day. 10-hour all day, big old keeper red grouper. We've been seeing some really nice red grouper. This one was caught by Lindsay, one of our regular guests that fishes with us quite a bit, and definitely a nice fish there. Another keeper gag grouper that we had to toss back, unfortunately. Big hogfish, though, and the hogfish bite has been really, really good. So we're enjoying some really good nearshore action on those hogfish, and we should have that for a little while longer as we continue to enjoy that good action on the hogfish all the way through until it kind of warms up. Once it starts warming up, that hogfish gets spread out, get a little bit more tricky to target. So enjoying a good hogfish bite, and you probably got another few weeks to enjoy it. So hopefully you're going to get out there and get on a 10-hour or a 5-hour or a private charter and target your hogfish before they spread out and get a little less aggressive. But with that, we've got Captain Mike Anderson on the phone, and I believe we've worked out our connection issues. Are you there, Captain Mike?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. How are you tonight?
I am good. I'm actually just pulling in. I'm on my Bluetooth in my truck. I'm just pulling into the plantation on Crystal River.
Nice.
I'm up here to film a show tomorrow. We're going to do some shallow water grouper fishing and some snapper fishing. Both those bites have been red hot up here. I'm going to film a show with Brandon Branch, one of the great local captains, out of this area. So it's pretty cool. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah, it should be really good. Then got some great reports. I was in Miami for most of the week, and got some great reports from Captain Lee Blick while I was picking up my boat at the Marina. Lee was there, and he told me that he fished an all-day trip today, caught some massive, really big, beautiful sheephead. A lot of those big females are in now, so
nice.
He caught a pile of big sheephead, caught a bunch of redfish, fishing some docks, and then I got word that the snook bite has fired off a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give your listeners a little tip.
All right.
So the trick was to make sure that bait was weighted. And what I mean by that is putting like a 1/4 ounce egg sinker right above the hook, and fishing live greenbacks under the docks like that, which is telling me that those fish are hungry, but they don't quite yet have enough energy to really chase baits. They said they did a little bit of chumming, just put some baits in there. Nothing blew up on them. But when they put the weighted baits in, all the weighted baits got ate. So
that's crazy.
That's telling me that, it's telling me they're not wanting to chase them yet, which is pretty normal for February.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a snook bite in February. They caught some good fish, some 30-inch fish. So
that's a solid snook.
It's good report. Good report.
That's awesome.
And a nice little tip there. The big black drum still cruising around. They're in some different places than they were last week, but there's the big school of big black drum still moving around. And like I said, the redfish and the sheepshead bite was good. And I'm up here at the plantation on Crystal River, and life doesn't get much better when you can pull in here and know you're going to do some of that shallow water grouper fishing tomorrow. Should be pretty fun.
Well, live it up, man. That should be a blast for sure, especially with Capt and Brandon. And we also got the sheepshead bite really, really crazy good right now in Tampa Bay too, right?
Really, really good. I mean, Captain Lee Blick, again, he had a full day trip today, and this morning he was fishing some fish in about 20 foot of water. Wow. And he showed me pictures of some big old gnarly sheepshead. I mean, big old female. So it's that bite. And you know what? That's a very February thing. We're on the moon. Lots of moving water. Mm-hmm. It's time those big females be in here for the spawn. So, it was a really productive day for Lee today. So hopefully everybody else can catch him up as well.
That's awesome, man. And I saw a kid fishing the dock today. I had to leave early. My cousin got married today, so I was out of the office by like 11 a.m. But he came in maybe 10:30, 10:45. He was like, oh, yeah, I caught a limited sheepshead already, and the biggest one was 21 inches. He was looking for a scale to weigh it because it was so big. So it's impressive. The sheepshead bite is stupid hot around Johns Pass right now.
Yeah, I'm excited tomorrow. I know in talking with Brandon, again, he's catching some 20 to 25-inch mangrove snapper as well.
Wow.
So, and he didn't tell me how much water he's in, but I'm going to guess here in Crystal River in a bay boat, he's not in that much water, probably 15
not.
to 20 feet max. Yeah, so it's been good up here. A lot of sheephead, a lot of big mangrove snapper, shallow water grouper bite should be stupid. So we're looking to come home with some very sore shoulders tomorrow after pulling on big gag grouper.
Be nice to our gags now. Make sure they swim away strong. We need them in September and October when it opens up.
Yeah, no problem there.
Be gentle. Be gentle.
Yeah, we'll do a good job. We'll treat them like they treat me. How about that? I'll treat them the same way they treat me. So it should be fun though. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I look forward to watching, and it'll be a good show. And you have a good night, and sleep tight, and eat your Wheaties tomorrow morning. You're going to need it.
Big breakfast here at the plantation, and then we're going to go do some fishing and terrorize some fishes. So nice. I appreciate the time, big man. Have a great night. Thank you.
You too, man. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you, Cap.
All right, brother. Be good.
See ya. Always a good time talking with our friend Cap Mike Anderson and getting that update from us from the Inshore fisheries of Tampa Bay and all things inshore. Definitely a crazy inshore bite on sheepshead right now. And a few people were kind of talking about, Mike was talking about the gag grouper fishing that he plans on doing tomorrow. But keep in mind, he is filming a TV show. So they're filming a TV show which will air come gag grouper season, but gag groupers are not open right now. And yes, Mike has been fishing with us. We actually filmed a TV show together on our 12-hour party boat trip back during red snapper season, probably, 20 years ago. He's on season 17 of The Real Animals. It was probably like season 4. It was way back in the day. I was pretty young at the time. But maybe we'll do another one in the near future. Who knows? With that, let's get into some questions. Or no, we got to do weather. But before we get into weather, let's give away our first free trip of the night. Remember, we got the 5-hour half day for 2 to give away. We've got the 10-hour all day for 2 to give away. We've got a 39-hour trip for 1 and that Hubbard's Marina swag pack. So let's give away our first free trip of the night. Let's do the 10-hour all day for 2 guests first. 10-hour all day for 2 guests. Let's see who the lucky winner is of this 10-hour all day for 2 guests. It's Yukimi Barker. Yukimi Barker, lucky winner. Two people on a 10-hour all day. Remember, you got 5 minutes or less to text us your full home address to the phone number on the screen in order to claim that free trip. So, D. Beers, appreciate those 200 stars. Jim Evans, thanks for the 100 stars. Christina Hall, still comfortably in the lead at 10,000 for the stars race tonight. Let's get into some weather. Show you guys what's going on weather-wise. Hopefully, the weather didn't change because I've got good news on the weather front, unless it changed. So let's see. Let's click on our hubbardsmarina.com website. And at hubbardsmarina.com, we click fishing trips, and we're going to scroll down to our weather links page. On the weather links page, we're going to go to the 5 and 10 hour forecast area first. And oh, I'm going to cry. Look at all that dark blue and light blue. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I am emotional right now because we haven't seen this. I haven't seen this in months, literally months. It's been since we've gotten a 10-day forecast here. We're looking at basically 9 days in advance of no winds into the 18 to 20 mile an hour range. That is insane. Granted, we're looking at the inshore forecast. So we're going to go back to the weather links page and look at the offshore. So pretty. It's still all pretty much dark blue. We got one green. So it gets a little green there, but that's not a cold front. That's a south wind. So hopefully that doesn't precede a strong cold front. But irregardless, it is still looking really, really nice. So we're going to go back inshore. A little breezy this morning, but it calmed down today. Tomorrow looks absolutely spectacular. Weather does not get better than it is tomorrow. Tuesday looks less than 1 foot, less than 10 miles an hour. Absolutely spectacular Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, the wind picks up a little bit. Gonna get a little breezy, gusting a little breezy there Wednesday and Thursday out of the south. Not enough to make us cancel near shore fishing trips, but could get a little bumpy offshore, especially Thursday. Friday, spectacular. And then over the weekend, we don't get that cold front. It gets a little breezy, but not bad, not rough by any means. So really this week, the best weather days, I would say, would be probably Monday, Tuesday, and Friday is kind of what it's shaping up as. But the very first time, we have a long stretch of beautiful weather. And I just am so very excited and so ecstatic for some finally some good weather, and I'm pumped. So hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. Take advantage of the weather. Monday, Tuesday, Friday look best, but even Wednesday, Thursday don't look bad. The weekend doesn't look bad, just a little bit more elevated wind. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, a little more elevated wind, but not bad. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, spectacular. Doesn't get better. So crazy nice weather. Great time to get offshore. So we talked about what we're catching. We showed you guys the weather. One cool thing I wanted to show you guys was our new camera views. So Josh has hooked it up back by popular demand. dock cam. The dock cam is back, and a better view at that. So pretty excited about that dock cam. This is live right now. And then we also still have the pass cam that's up and live. And this is a PTZ camera, which shows you the sunset, sunrise, and all that good stuff too. So both of those cameras, the dock cam and the camera on the 6th floor of the parking garage at the ceiling, that shows you the sunrise, sunset, and the bridge throughout the day, moves. So the dock cam and the John's Pass cam are both live on our YouTube 24/7. So just go to YouTube, search Hubbard's Marina, find our channel. When you find our channel, there's the 3 live stream shows. There's 3 right now because we're live doing Off the Hook. But normally, you would only see the 2 live shows or the 2 live streams every day, which is the dock cam and the John's Pass camera, which moves throughout the day. So check out the full 24/7 live streams right there on our Hubbard's Marina YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to Hubbard's Marina YouTube channel and check out the dock cam, because now you got even more webcams. We also have 2 other webcams, and you can get to our webcams on our website. If you go to our website and click info, and then I believe it's under, Josh is going to kill me. Oh, look at that. Under info, Marina info, top one is webcams. The John's Pass camera is there, our fishing boat unloading camera, and then our big fish weigh-in camera. We're going to add the dock camera to this page too. We just have not done that yet. So the dock camera, the only way to get there is through YouTube, but our webcam has the inside dock camera view and then also our big fish weigh-in view. So multiple different views that you can watch and enjoy while, look at that person speeding through. We're going to cut out before he peels out. So pretty cool camera views, webcams. So definitely check it out, all those live streams. You can watch us loading boats, unloading boats, not feeding the pelicans, and all that other great stuff that happens out there on the dock. So definitely check out those live streams. With that, it's time to talk a little bit about some events. Do you guys like free beer? Do you enjoy crawfish boils that are absolutely free?
No. I want to pay money.
Do you enjoy a free DJ spinning some awesome music and a great time? Then if you do, we'll see you this Friday, February 24th for Final Friday. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be a great time. We have a DJ, a pretty popular local DJ coming. We've got free beer. We've got a crawfish boil. Our friends from Salinity Gear are going to set up a booth and have a table. Our friend Doug is going to be doing the steak and cheese, pierogies, maybe even some gyros. We've got Dylan McLean, another buddy, setting up a tent selling stone crabs. We've got the folks from Woody's Water Sports and Beach Brain coming. And I'm also working on my newest, most favoritist restaurant ever. Literally, I love Thai food and Indian food and a lot of really unique places. But, dude, my cousin got married today, and his wedding reception was catered by this guy, Lokesh, who my sister's been telling me about, my older cousin's been telling me about. All these people have been telling me about this guy, Lokesh. And he has a new restaurant. It's called the Twisted Indian. It's right in downtown St. Pete, kind of Grand Central area, Central Avenue and 27th Street. It's actually right by my other favorite restaurant, Casita Taqueria. But this place, the Twisted Indian, incredible food. And very, very excited. Hopefully he'll be there Final Friday with his food truck. I found out today he has a food truck. So working on that. And if that works out, I'm going to be super pumped. I probably won't even eat crawfish myself. I'll probably just be eating Indian food like crazy. So hopefully you'll come out and join us Final Friday. It's going to be a blast. If we don't have the Indian food truck this Final Friday, we definitely will next. I'm also working, one of our guests, one of our fishing friends, I found out started a barbecue company And I hope to get Willie out there with his barbecue company eventually too. So we're trying to bring in more vendors, more tents, more stuff to do at Final Friday. So hopefully you'll come out and join us. You don't want to miss out. Again, we're giving away free beer. We're giving away free crawfish. It's kind of our customer appreciation, our chance to say thank you to you for being our fishing friend and for hanging out with us. So definitely don't miss out. Don't sleep on Final Friday. That's this Final Friday, February 24th, 6 to 9 p.m. And every Final Friday, every last Friday of the month, inside Johns Pass, big, huge Johns Pass wide party. But Hubbard's Marina does it best, right? So hopefully we'll see you this Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. Jason Richmond, appreciate those stars. Yukimi Barker, congrats on the win tonight, and I thank you for the stars. Stan Miki, Rolando Kirk, Kaylee Floyd with a big 530. Appreciate y'all for sending those stars. Thank you, guys. So, besides Final Friday, another event you don't want to miss out on, make sure you write it down in the old calendar, is this coming Saturday. We're going to be at Bass Pro Shops. February 25th, we're going to be at Bass Pro Shops talking fishing, giving away free stuff. So hopefully you'll join us Final Friday, this Friday night from 6 to 9 p.m. and then again Saturday, 2 p.m. at Bass Pro Shops. Now, let's get into some questions. First question of the night, going on the 39-hour slow pitch jigging trip in May. Is it strictly slow pitch jigging, or can I bring a rod for bucktail and other types of jigs? As long as it's jig fishing, you're good to go. But it is no bait allowed on those slow pitch jigging trips. Remember, if you're interested in checking out all the dates for our slow pitch jigging trips, they are on our website. Josh read my mind. He's already navigating there. Right under fishing trips, right under trips, at the very bottom of the menu there, you're going to see slow pitch jigging trips. We've got all the dates for all the trips coming up. And our first slow pitch jigging 39-hour trip of the year is coming up fast. Hoping the weather holds out for that one and we're able to make it happen. We also got one in May. We also got one in September. And then we got plenty of 12-hour extreme style slow pitch jigging trips coming up this year. So hopefully we'll see you out. Hopefully you'll bring your Temple Reef gear. We got plenty of Temple Reef in our shop. We got cast lures, Johnny Jigs. We've got a ton of Jig Pro stuff, Van Fook, many, many other crazy awesome lures, jigs, rods, reels, assist hooks. We got it all. So check it out. We also have it all listed on the online store. Josh brought that up, so you can find it all on our online store as well. All the great stuff we carry in our shop is also available on our online store. I always forget to mention that, so thanks for bringing that one up, Josh. Appreciate it. So check out the online store. Everything's available there. Or come out and see us in person. You can always stop by and maybe chat. Maybe we'll talk about some rods together and get y'all set up. Next question of the night. Let's see what we got going on. Is plugs of Spanish mackerel good on the 12-hour extreme? Definitely. That's a great dead bait. Really, really works well for gag grouper, red grouper, red snapper. A stinky, smelly, oily chunk of dead bait is great for deep water fishing, and I would suggest it. So a big old chunk of Spanish mackerel would definitely work well for dead bait. Let's see what other questions do we have as we roll in tonight. Remember, if you do have a question, you can text us in right here to the phone number on the screen. What is that question? I know you can bring your own rod and reel. Is there a limit on how many you can bring? We actually just did a big film day right here in the studio this past Friday. I spent about 6 hours annoying Jared and Josh and recording a ton of videos. And it'll take us a few months to turn all those around. But a lot more videos are going to be added to the website and our YouTube channel. And most of those videos are kind of focused around how to choose rods and reels, what rods and reels we recommend, how to pick the right tackle for your trip, and then really going into detail on each trip. So it kind of makes it easier for people to understand each trips, and kind of trying to lower the learning curve by trying to make you as aware as possible about all the different intricacies of the trips. So we really spend a lot of time trying to do that. So hopefully you guys enjoy those videos. One video that we're not going to spend a lot of time on dressing up and in producing is how I ended the day Friday, and I let out about a 35-minute rant on all things fisheries science and fisheries management. We're not going to post that to the Hubbard's Marina page, but I'm going to post my unedited diatribe to the Captain Dylan Hubbard page probably tomorrow night. So if you're interested in what's going on now with fisheries science and management, with gag grouper, amberjack, red grouper, red snapper, the great red snapper count, fisheries science, and a bunch of other stuff, you're definitely going to want to enjoy that very long diatribe that will be posted tomorrow night. So definitely check that out, again, on the Captain Dylan Hubbard page if you are interested. So stay tuned. And we'll have plenty more great videos coming as we produce the rest of those videos we filmed as well. Let's see. Whatever happened to the Ranger 5 Hubbards used to run back in the day? I have no idea. The Ranger 5 was well before I was born. I was born in 1991, so the Ranger 5, I think, is a boat that we had in the 70s or 80s. And I want to say that might have been one of the other boats on the other side of the bridge. I honestly don't know. It was before my time, so I can't answer that question. Is it okay? Next question is it okay to use heavy spinning reels for slow pitch jig fishing? I would not recommend that personally. There are some slow pitch jigging setups that come with spinning reels, but you got to remember a spinning reel has a super high gear ratio, doesn't have a lot of low end power, and it makes it a lot more difficult to kind of fight that fish. Plus, there's not as many spinning slow pitch jigging rods on the market. A lot of the spinning rods are more for speed jigging, not really true slow pitch jig fishing. But if you have a slow pitch jig fishing rod that has a spinning reel on it, you definitely can use it. But using a typical spinning reel and a typical spinning rod with a slow pitch jig, you're definitely not going to have as much effect, because that rod, that slow pitch jigging rod, is specially designed and specially made. It's a really slow action rod, and it bends in such a way that it actually adds a lot of action to your jig. It loads and recoils in such a way that it's actually making that jig work more effectively. So you can use a slow pitch jig with a normal rod, and you'll have a chance at catching fish, but it's not being used to its full effect. You can use any vertical jig with a slow pitch rod, and it's going to have more action. It's going to have more effect, because that slow pitch jigging rod is designed to load and recoil and put action on the jig. Even if it's not a slow pitch jig, you can use a diamond jig with a slow pitch rod, and it's going to have a lot better of an effect and a lot better of a chance at catching fish than it would with a normal like meat stick, because the meat stick's not going to give it the same action. Yes, your Shimano Talica would work for slow pitch jigging if you put it on a slow pitch jigging rod, but I definitely wouldn't recommend a bigger Talica. One of the smaller Talicas would be better. Keep in mind, slow pitch jigging, you're using a very sensitive light rod, and you want a smaller compact setup. I like the 35 Daiwa Saltiga 35JH. That's what I use. There's plenty of other reels on the market that are more affordable as well, but something very small and compact is what you're looking for. A lot of them are narrow. a little skinnier. That makes them a little bit more light as well. Let's see. Let's give away another free gift. Let's do our Hubbard's Marina swag pack. Our Hubbard's Marina swag pack. We're going to give that one away tonight to Jose Zizi. Jose Zizi, congratulations. Remember, if you're the winner of the swag pack, you got to text us within 5 minutes your full home address and let us know your shirt size as well, your shirt size, so we can send you the Hubbard's Marina swag pack with the right size shirt. So make sure you send us your shirt size. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What is a good lure for hogfish? A good lure for hogfish would be either typically we're using a knocker rig, a naked ball jig, or one of our banana jigs that we sell in our shop. You can also use just a simple jig head with a live shrimp as well, but a little bit more tricky. I would use a knocker rig with a 1 or 2 ounce egg sinker, 4 to 5 red beads, and like a 3 to 4 aught hook, or one of those 2 ounce banana jigs or 2 ounce naked ball jigs, both tipped with live shrimp. And we do have a video on our Fishing Tips and Tricks page. If you go to Fishing Trips, scroll down to Fishing Video Links, click Fishing Tips and Tricks. Right there in the middle, we got that video about how to catch hogfish and what bait to use. So check out our Fishing Tips and Tricks page for even more information on how to catch hogfish. Christina Hall, appreciate those 600 stars. That brings her comfortably to 10,600 stars for the night. Appreciate you, Christina. Jason Richmond, appreciate you as well, guys. Thank you all for the stars tonight. So very appreciative. Let's see what our next question is. What is needed to increase your odds at catching hogfish on the 5-hour trip? The best trip to target hogfish would be a private fishing charter, but you have a really good shot on a 10-hour all day. 5-hour half day, you have a chance at catching hogfish, but definitely a lot less fishing time. And generally, we're going to be drifting more. And the more we drift, your chances of catching hogfish go down. Whereas on a 10-hour, we're going to drift some, yes, depending on the day, depending on the weather. But we're going to be anchor fishing a lot. And anchor fishing, targeting hogfish this time of year. So you have more time to target hogfish on a 10-hour all day compared to a 5-hour half day. But on either trip, the idea, the approach, the technique is the same, which is listed and outlined in that video we just showed you on our Fishing Tips and Tricks page. But using that 1 to 2 ounce knocker rig, and you can even double up the hooks if you want to as well and use more shrimp. But putting down a lot of live shrimp is a good idea, and trying to do the best you can to put a lot of smell in the water is a great option for sure. Do you guys charge the FWC to go out on the trip? So the FWC comes fishing with us quite a bit, and they do what's called the Port Observer program, and they do dockside intercepts where they come up to the anglers on the dock and they measure fish, they weigh fish, and they take otoliths or ear bones to age the fish, and it gives a lot of good information, fisheries-dependent information for stock assessments. That's all done at the dock. Now, sometimes the FWC will show up and they'll actually go out in the boat with us, and then what they're doing out in the boat is they're observing anglers on board, what tackle's being used, what bait's being used, and then how many fish are caught and kept, how many fish are caught and released, and then the disposition of fish that are released. Once we release them, are they swimming back down? Are they floating off? That kind of thing. That information is also plugged into the stock assessment. Keep in mind those folks at the dock in T-shirts and flip-flops, and the people who come out fishing with us in T-shirts and shorts and flip-flops, they are not law enforcement. They're just scientists. All they're doing is collecting objective data. They are not in any way even allowed to enforce regulations. They might say something, but they're actually not allowed to enforce regulations because they are supposed to be there to engage with the anglers and keep anglers comfortable with them being on the boat. So they are in no way permitted to even enforce regulations. So you could literally break the law in front of them. Not that we do that, not that we encourage that, but just so you know, whenever you're seeing FWC out in the boat, you don't have to freak out or get worried about it when you're fishing with us. Now, do they pay is the question. And yes, they do pay a discounted ticket price when they go fishing with us. If it was up to me, I would let them go free because I want them to have more money to be able to do trips more often and to be able to allow their program more funding. If they don't have to pay to go with me, they have more funding, they can hire more people, right? But unfortunately, the state of Florida and the way the laws are written, they can't accept free trips because that could be considered a bribe. And long story short, I was yelled at for giving free trips to the FWC scientists. So they pay a deeply discounted trip, and for some reason I don't get yelled at about that. So whatever. So they do pay, and typically it's just kind of chalked up as a gratuity to the crew because we try to keep the price as low as possible. Looking forward to going out fishing with Hubbard's Marina on my birthday. We look forward to having you. We have that birthday trip. Don't forget to check that out on our website under info. We've got that free birthday trip under info. Josh is going to show you under the info tab. Scroll down to the free birthday trip. It has to be your actual birthday. You have to have an ID. You have to have someone with you paying full price. But you get a free trip up to a 10-hour all day. If you do longer than a 10-hour all day, you can get the price of a 10-hour all day off whatever longer trip you choose. So it's pretty cool. Let's see, what other questions do we have here? What are your thoughts on the upcoming 39-hour slow pitch jig trip? Doesn't seem to be too much interest as far as reservations. Hoping it picks up, man. To be honest with you, last year we did a lot of slow pitch jigging trips, and there was a lot of interest. So this year I went a little bigger and tried to do more of them. So hopefully they continue to have interest. If they don't, then maybe we have to pull back a little bit and not offer as many jigging trips. But everybody keeps telling me there's so many people that want to jig fish, and I've had a lot of companies approach us and thank us for doing it, and yet people aren't really booking the trip. So I'm hopeful, and I'm positive and staying positive about it. I want it to work, but if you build them, they will come, right? So hoping that we get the word out there, and that might be all it is. We just need to do a better job of getting the word out there. So I'm staying positive and hopeful that we'll make it happen. What are the hours that you can fish John's Pass? 24/7. You can fish from the bridge. You can fish from the jetties of John's Pass 24/7. As far as John's Pass docks, there is no dock that you're allowed to fish other than Hubbard's Marina docks. We're the last dock in John's Pass that you're allowed to fish from, but we only allow that during the day when we're open. So if our dock is open and our business is open, our front doors are open, you're welcome to fish on our dock as long as we're not loading or unloading boats. So just be respectful to our dockmaster team and our crews, and respectful of the area, and you're welcome to fish off our dock as long as our business is open. Outside of our business, you can fish from the jetty, from the bridge, 24/7. Some people fish from the boardwalk as well, but you're not supposed to fish up there. You used to be able to fish up there at night, but unfortunately that changed, and I'll leave it at that. Can you fish the John's Pass docks overnight? No, you cannot. A lot of people do, and constantly having to fight that battle. Last night, the cops called me at 1 a.m. Because they caught a group of kids who had jumped the fence and got into some areas they weren't supposed to be at. So very frustrating, but luckily the local sheriff works well with us and does their best to kind of keep it down. But we don't want people out there at night. That's why there's gates. And unfortunately, that doesn't stop some people. They still jump the gates and stuff like that. So it's a big challenge. What is the reason it is exclusive? What is the reason it's exclusive slow pitch jigging trips? Why can't one side of the boat be reserved for slow pitch jigs and avoid tangles while the rest of the boat bait fishes? That's every trip. Every trip you can do that. On any one of our trips, you can slow pitch jig fish. The unique thing about those slow pitch jig fishing trips is they are only slow pitch jig fishing. So that's the whole idea behind it. I mean, you can go out on any 12-hour extreme, 39-hour trip, 44-hour trip, and slow pitch jig fish all you want. And there's a lot of people that do. And a lot of times you go on a 39-hour trip, and up in the bow, there's 4 or 5 people that are all slow pitch jig fishing. So every single one of our trips is like that. You're always welcome to jig, and a lot of people do. But it's very unique to go out on a trip where no one has bait and everybody is jig fishing the whole time. It's really, really cool. And that's what we're offering with those slow pitch jig fishing trips. So it's just a little bit different. Let's see here. It's time to give away another one of our free giveaways. Let's give away a 5-hour half day for 2 guests. 5-hour half day for 2 guests. Lucky winner is Dwight Edwards. Congratulations, Dwight Edwards. Remember, you got to text the phone number on the screen within 5 minutes, your full home address. Make sure you text the phone number on the screen within 5 minutes, your full home address, to claim that free trip. I learned a trick. If I double-click the button, it moves over without the transition. Learned that on accident, but hey, it does work. My bad. Let's see here. What other things do we have to cover? I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Just make sure you check out the YouTube live streams. It's pretty cool. Also want to make sure we remind you guys we've got the new schedule for our morning live streams. So right before and through sunrise, we're live on TikTok and Instagram. And then a little bit after 8 a.m., we try to be every morning live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So earlier morning around sunrise, which right now sunrise is about 7 a.m. So around 7 a.m. For about 10 minutes, we're live on TikTok and Instagram. And then right after 8 a.m., we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So Instagram and TikTok is the sunrise. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch is the boat going underneath the bridge, out of the pass, and the beautiful beach and jetty. So make sure you tune in to our live streams in the morning as well. Don't forget this final Friday coming up, guys. Every last Friday of the month. Tons of great stuff going on, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. Final Friday's got the DJ. We've got free food, free beer. It's going to be a blast. So hopefully we'll see you out there for Final Friday. We got a few more minutes here. Let's try to wrap in a few more questions before we end up the show and start our supporters after show. Do you think red grouper will close before red snapper season? Yes. I think red grouper will close sometime in May, June, maybe July. But I would be surprised if red grouper makes it through red snapper season. Red snapper season will open June 1st. Red grouper are going to close very early this year. So we'll see. Yes, I will be at Final Friday. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. Josh, are you going to be at Final Friday?
I will be there.
You heard it?
Because Jared said he's going to be there too.
All right. Well, Josh's mic is off, but he said he's going to be there Final Friday.
I'm going to be there.
Nice.
Somebody's doing a keg stand.
That would be awesome. That
Not
would be
me, but somebody.
That would be hilarious. No, my lord. No, my lord.
You see what Chester said?
What did he say?
Can I get all the leftover alcohol?
There's no leftover alcohol. Oh, that was donated on older shows. There is a lot of alcohol in this studio for sure.
That's Josh's. Don't worry about it.
Josh and Jared are putting the hurting on it.
I got all the backwash bottles.
I still have some plenty of the liquor at my house as well, so we're saving it for a rainy day. You never
That's
know.
a collection.
Next hurricane.
Yeah, right.
Next hurricane party.
Somebody come bunker down with me over here.
Yeah, it'll be a blast for sure.
Might not have power, but we'll be all right.
But our live streams will be live.
Oh, you bet they will. Even if we got to put it in 10 different servers, we're doing it.
Let's see what our next question is tonight before we wrap up. How can I go to Final Friday and the 39-hour trip? You can go on the Tuesday 39-hour trip, get off the boat Thursday, stay one night in the Johns Pass Hotel along a parking garage, and then join us for Final Friday. That's how I would recommend. But the Final Friday is going to be a blast. But yes, unfortunately, if you're one of those 30 people booked on the Friday 39-hour trip, you will not be there for Final Friday. We'll miss you, though. You'll be there in spirit. What other questions do we have? What non-slow pitch 39-hour trips do you have? Every 39-hour trip is a 39-hour trip that you're allowed to do whatever type of fishing you want. So I think there's some confusion going around. There's only 2 39-hour trips the whole year that we don't allow anything else but slow pitch jigs. And the only dates those are on only our slow pitch jigging website page. And it's very clear when you book that those are only slow pitch jigging trips. It's literally named a slow pitch jigging trip. So don't be afraid to book any 39-hour trip because they are very clearly normal 39 hours. You can slow pitch jig fish if you want, or you can bait fish, or you can live bait fish, or you can do whatever you want within reason. So the slow pitch jig fishing trips are specific to only a few trips, only a few dates, and they're right there on our website. Pitch your new Saturday morning show location. Yeah, so our radio show has changed locations, unfortunately. It's going to be a little different for us. Our studio is going to look a lot different, so definitely tune in this coming Saturday morning as I learn a brand new studio. Mike won't be there, so it's going to be me and a guest, which reminds me I need to find a guest for this upcoming Saturday's radio show. But it's going to be me and a guest in a brand new studio, brand new buttons, and I'm a little nervous because the studio layout is different. It's a new location. I don't even have a key or a Wi-Fi password, so I'm a little concerned about our Saturday radio show, but it's going to be a good time. So definitely tune in this coming Saturday and every Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., because it's always a good time. Other than the Skyway, where have you been seeing whitebait? We don't target whitebait because we go offshore fishing, but from what I've heard, a lot of folks are seeing whitebait around local bridges, like Terre Verde Bridge has been loaded up. Blinds Pass was pretty loaded up, but it's early still. That whitebait is still a little difficult, but especially with this cold front we just had. But later this week, as it warms up, I would imagine that whitebait's going to get a little easier to find. But to be honest with you, I'm not an expert on whitebait and where to find it because that's not really a fishery that we prosecute. Let's see. Can we get in one more question? No more questions? We got them all? Yeah. Nice. Well, make sure you tune in to our after show if you're a supporter. If you're not a supporter, you can become one tonight. It's only $4.99 a month. And that's going to give you private access to our private supporters after show, our private supporters group. And we post a lot more kind of behind the scenes stuff in the supporters group. And you get access to that private after show. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that supporters after show. Hopefully we'll see you this Friday night for Final Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. DJ, free beer, free food. Lots of other great vendors selling food and selling cool stuff. So hopefully we'll see you this Friday night from 6 to 9. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday, 2 p.m., Saturday, February 25th. That's this coming Saturday, February 25th, 2 p.m. at the Tampa Bass Pro Shops. Every Saturday morning, Bass Pro Shops, every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., we've got our Real Animals radio show. Every Sunday night, we're right here live for our live stream show. Every Friday morning, Fox 13 News. Then every morning around sunrise, TikTok and Instagram live for about 10 minutes, doing some Q&As, some fishing report info, and looking at the dolphins, the birds, and the sunrise. A little after 8 a.m. each day, we're live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube on the jetty of Johns Pass, looking at the beach and the boat leaving the pass. Hopefully, we'll see you at the dock soon. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. I really hope you guys enjoy the show that we do. I hope you guys enjoy our social media, and I'm looking forward to you guys all joining us this year in 2023. It's going to be a great year. We're working on continuing to grow Hubbard's Marina with your help, and we appreciate our Hubbard's Marina family of captains, crew, staff members, making it possible, and especially fishing friends like you. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are following Hubbard's Marina on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Facebook, YouTube, on the FishBrain app, on Pinterest. Make sure you check us out on social media. And please, please remember, if you see something posted by Hubbard's Marina, give it a like, give it a comment. Just say, hey, how you doing, Dylan? Or great fish. Or say something. Every comment, every like you give, every interaction that you have with something Hubbard's Marina posts on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it doesn't matter, YouTube, every time you interact, it helps us to reach more people. So help us help you improve Hubbard's Marina and make it even better. So help us to reach more people, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week and every Sunday for our live stream show. With that, let's see who won our 39-hour fishing trip for one guest, and then we'll see all those supporters in the supporters after show in our private supporters group at 8:45 for that supporters after show. If you want to become a supporter, you can do so tonight. It's only $4.99 for the month. Let's find out who the lucky winner is of that 39-hour trip for one guest. David Bruns, congratulations, David, with that lucky win. You got 5 minutes or less to claim that free trip. 5 minutes or less. Text us your full home address to the phone number on the screen. Y'all have a great night. Tight lines. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Over 220 people joined us tonight. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week for another episode of Off the Hook with Captain Hubbard. Thanks for watching.